he's gonna do it. There's no way. Good evening, everybody. It is a hazy June afternoon in North Alabama. It's Friday and Father's Day weekend, so my dad and I are taking a trip to go look for snakes. We're gonna start cruising for the evening, and hopefully there will be some stuff out. Kind of weird hazy lighting, very overcast, but feels very snaky, so we'll see. A fast start this evening with a little, very muddy eastern garter snake. I wasn't even sure if that was gonna be a snake, but it is. Well, that's a pretty good way to start the trip. Fast start, which I'm always grateful for. Hopefully that's a good sign that we'll be seeing more tonight though, so we'll just get this little stinker out of the road. Try to minimize the stink. You can see he's trying to stink me quite bad. Go. He got me, unfortunately. Hey, there's our first snake after dark, and it is a very fat copperhead. Some of the biggest copperheads I've ever seen have been on this road, so not too surprising that this one's big, but it looks like it's got a meal in it. It's got a very fat spot right there in the middle. But first snake after dark. Well, that is a heck of a second snake of the night. Oh my goodness. I've never even seen a scarlet king snake here. I mean, we were just talking earlier about how fantastic it looks for them, but I'd never found one here on the road or otherwise. And then there we go. A North Alabama scarlet king, the first one I have ever road cruised in Alabama. And the only one I've even seen in this county. This is the first one I've seen in this entire region. That is fantastic. I have not had very good luck cruising for scarlet king snakes anywhere other than Tennessee. But sure enough, when I saw that in the road, I knew exactly what it was. Very, very cool. We'll get some quick photos and keep moving. Only our second snake after dark, so a lot of night ahead of us still, hopefully. There he goes. Well, after the Scarlet King, we did not see anything else last night, but it's the next morning and we're at it today in a new area of North Alabama once again. And here we have our first find. A nice eastern box turtle on this very, very quiet road, if you could even call it a road. Come on. Let's get you over here. There you go. Well, after quite the unsuccessful morning of road cruising, we saw one DOR hognose, which is a really cool find in North Alabama. We're gonna walk some creeks and hopefully actually find some snakes now. So, water's super low, nice and clear, lots of fish swimming around right here. Consider the following. Cottonmouth. Well, this little guy did not want to stick around and has taken to the water. He's really red. Look at that. That's a really nice snake. He's going up under the bank there. Hopefully we'll see more. Oh, look at that right there. A nice green salamander in this crack that Dad spotted. Beautiful. These guys are really, really cool. We've seen quite a few on the surface, so we're probably not going to mess with this one, but they're very common here, so I'm sure we'll see more. Look at this guy. The little guy in a hole. Look at him just tucked in his nice little hole. So cool. Such really interesting salamanders. It's just so fun looking for these guys on the rock faces. He's coming to see what I'm doing. How's it going, buddy? That is so ridiculously cool. Look at that. How did he even get in there? That's not a hole. And like, it doesn't go anywhere. At least I don't think it does. Pretty sure it's just a little crevice and he's just hanging out. It's crazy how much standing underneath one of these big rock walls cools off everything. I mean, it feels like it's maybe 70 degrees right here and about 90 over there in the sun. Makes sense why the salamanders like it so much. This is why we can't have nice things. We have this pristine area of natural beauty. And then there's that. Great job, people. All right, well, today has been pretty slow so far. Seeing the green salamanders is always nice, but just the one cottonmouth, the only snake we've seen so far today. All right, y'all, well, it has been a pretty slow trip other than the Scarlet King so far, but it's about to get dark, and really nothing happened yesterday until the sun went down anyways, so hopefully things will pick up tonight. Look at all these toads. I mean, there's no snakes out, but there's just more toads than I've ever seen. Look at every single one of those spots in the road is a toad. This is going to be a difficult night of road cruising, trying to avoid these things. There's a Rankin. Look at this guy. What a guy. Oh, he's going to do it. There's no way! Dude! How are you just gonna flash us like that? Alright, we'll leave him alone. Alright, we're trying this again. It's Sunday and Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Dad. And we're gonna be doing a little more road cruising because we're suckers for paint, so hopefully stuff will actually be out this morning though. It's fantastically overcast and there's rain coming, so. Holy cow. That's a vibrant garter snake. First snake of the day. I'm just happy to see something on the road. This is gonna be a pretty garter heavy episode. The only snake we saw of any kind last night was a DOR garter. And had a garter the night before too. A very good looking little snake. We'll move him out of the road and keep cruising. Hopefully that is a good sign that snakes are active this morning. So I grabbed this bag of things from the gas station. I guess there's some kind of Mexican snack or like candy. Apparently they have like gel inside them. So we're gonna give them a try. They looked weird and interesting and I'd never seen anything like that. So let's see what they're all about. And you bite it off. Got the orange one.
Below or above the...
I thought you bite it off the top. I have no idea.
Gotta be below the little thing.
Ugh.
Hell no.
I got juiced.
Did you get it off?
Yeah, I got mine open. You can buy it.
Dad's come prepared. I have scissors.
We're doing this while road cruising.
It's like a liquidy jello.
Really? Ew, it's got chunks in it.
It's almost like the stuff in boba tea.
Yeah. Interesting.
Just like little things of jello.
The texture is definitely kind of odd, but the flavor is pretty good. Kind of reminds me of the, like the wax candies, but definitely odd. I've never seen these anywhere but this one random gas station we stopped today. Well, it's always nice to start off the day with a box turtle on the road. Look at this guy. Wow. That's a beauty. Holy cow. You are really handsome, my guy. Far too handsome to be playing in the road, so let's get a move on. Come on. I'll even help you up this embankment. There you go. But yeah, we're headed out to do some hiking this morning. It's super wet. We had some overnight rain and there's a lot more coming, so I'm trying to get out in the field before it starts dumping and do a little bit of hiking. All right, we're gonna flip this big board to start off the day. Look at that. Big Copperhead. Very nice. That's a good looking snake too. Box turtle and a Copperhead right off the bat today. That is a fantastic looking snake, but I do not have my snake hook, so we're gonna just get a quick photo of this guy and lower his board before he starts moving and creates an issue for me here. Very, very nice. Great way to start the day with a box turtle and a Copperhead already. Well, apparently flipping is on today. The next spot produced a little earth snake under the first thing I turned over. This little guy is soaking wet, covered in dew from all the rain we've had lately. And there is more on the way, so I'm gonna try to keep this moving and find as many snakes as possible before it starts raining. Hey, what are you guys doing? Feral hogs. Just hanging out. Wish I had a gun. That sucked. Well, based on the way the sky looks right now, I'm afraid we had way less time than I was hoping for. It's probably going to rain here in a second, but I'm hopeful that after it rains, it's early enough in the day it'll clear up and we can get back out, so we'll see. All right, so unfortunately, a quick glance at the radar does not look promising for the rest of the day. I think it's pretty much going to be doing this on and off for the next 5 or 6 hours, and it's now 1 p.m. So really kind of a bummer. It seemed like the snakes were out pretty good before the rain started, and I was looking forward to trying to get into some more, but I think we'll have to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to head home and edit, and we'll try this again in the morning, I guess. All right, everyone, we're back at it the next morning, and it looks like the frogs took advantage of all that rain we had yesterday and have already laid eggs in this flooded puddle that will probably dry up again if we don't continue to get rains. Hopefully these guys will be able to metamorph into frogs before that happens, but we're going to spend the rest of the day walking around in habitat here, just hoping to see some snakes. So let's see what we can get into. All right, y'all, well, it's noon at this point. I've been walking down these narrow game trails through this tall vegetation loaded with pigs, and I have not seen a single thing yet, but the fruits of nature are plentiful this morning. Look at that. That's going to be breakfast, too. Oh, a king snake. Look at that. Oh, yes. First snake of the day. Well, I went and grabbed lunch and decided to switch up the strategy and flip some stuff. And here we have our first snake of the day at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, an Eastern King. What a good start to the day. Albeit a little bit later than I was hoping. Man, that's a nice looking snake. Super good yellows on this guy. Honestly, kind of surprised there was anything under that cover, considering it has not been out very long, but I'm not going to complain. This thing has some fantastic yellow color, but I don't think it's going to come out very well in the shade. Actually, we might can take him over here in the sun. See if it'll come out a little better. And it does, in fact, come out a lot better over here. Very nice. I do believe this is the first king from this county that I have found that was not on the road. But very, very cool. Fantastic first snake of the day. We'll put him back under his board and see if there's anything else out. There you go. Well, I gotta say, I wasn't expecting our first snake of the day to come during the heat of the afternoon at 4 p.m. Although it is only about 80 degrees, it feels pretty good out here considering. Oh, there's a big timber shed. Come on. Well, also underneath that piece of tin was a hornet's nest, so not a great look at that timber shed, but I mean, that piece of tin's also only been there a couple months, so it's really great to see stuff underneath it already. Really encouraging for the future. So there's a creek that's kind of down there, a very small creek right there. And there's a water snake way up here, just hanging out. Very, very handsome water snake, perfectly coiled on the forest floor. Love to see it. Second snake of the day, though, I'll take it. We'll leave him right there undisturbed. Another shed. Wonder what that one is. This one looks like Racer. Smooth scales, appears to be black. No pattern. Pretty much has to be a Racer. This is kind of odd. I just flipped up this piece of tin that I stacked on top of this piece to move around in the future. And in this little pile of dirt in between the two is a worm snake just hanging out. And that little worm snake was the last snake of the day. The week this was filmed was really strange because there were some really good snakes to be found, but there were just not a lot of numbers out, so there's quite a bit of jumping around, but all around it was a really good week, and I enjoyed my time over the Father's Day weekend with my dad. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. you.